tóxico ginebrino sobre Glencore, hablar, discutir y comprender el fenómeno Glencore. La idea es de visitar algunos lugares, entidades emblemáticamente relacionadas, cómo contribuyen a los beneficios de esta empresa transnacional para proponer alternativas viables a ese sistema inviable.
Glencore is one of the biggest and most profitable transnational in the mining and trade of raw resources, because Glencore is also part of one of the biggest coal producers in the world. This is also a little invitation to anyone who wants to join. There is need of help with research, with translation material, with communication, and so on.
We are here today to express our solidarity with the people from tobacco in Colombia, because their struggle for a dignified and self-determined life is our struggle. Because the Swiss government supports and protects this toxic system and does not stand up for human rights, environmental sustainability and justice. It is one of the largest coal mines in the world. An area larger than the Lake Geneva has been completely destroyed. It uses 24 million liters water every day. In the area suffer from severe respiratory or skin diseases and allergies. Last year, the output of the El Cerrejón mine was 22 million tons of coal. Burning this coal produces a climate-related damage of minimum 15 billion Swiss francs. In 2001, the Afro-descendant community of Tabaka was dispossessed and the inhabitants were forced to leave their homes, land and village. This shows once more that transnational corporations and companies like Glencore are not willing to take on their responsibilities. They only want to profit, gain a lot of money, keep their power and do their dirty business. United, we will break this toxic system. We will strike back and destroy the power of multinationals like Glencore. Tabaco, resiste! Tabaco, resiste! Tabaco, resiste!
Tabaco está berraco, lleno de indignación, arriba, abajo, abajo, Cerrejón, arriba nuestro pueblo que lucha con tesón.
Aquí estamos delante de JP Morgan. Andresa de BDS nos va un poco a hablar del papel de este banco y de las relaciones peligrosas entre JP Morgan, Glencore, el genocidio en Palestina, la explotación de las comunidades en Colombia.
All countries and all companies, etc., should withdraw investments and operations in occupied Palestinian territory. So since then, BDS was created. As you understand, BDS has 3 letters. Boycott, I think this is the most widespread. People usually understand what and how to boycott. Sanctions, this is designated to countries to apply sanctions on Israel. But what about disinvestment? Disinvestment is a very crucial part of the campaign, and sometimes we don't understand where it is and how to deal with it. First of all, the founder of Glencore was a Zionist, Israeli Zionist, exporting pretty much all the carbon that Israel uses as energy now and that they use to the genocide in Palestine. But we can put pressure on Glencore and divest. And this has to do with JP Morgan, and then we are back to JP Morgan. JP Morgan is a bank that has been tied with violations and human rights crimes and international crimes since the 19th century. They are currently being denounced for investments in companies that are having a lot of problems with human rights violations, even in genocide and conflict. And Elbit Systems, the major Israeli military industry company, and JP Morgan is also one of the main sponsors and investors in Elbit Systems. We ask for city councils, universities, trade unions, all of these collectivities, they have money invested somewhere. So it's important that firstly they don't invest in these banks, especially this Credit Suisse, HSBC, JP Morgan, etc.
JP Morgan, go to hell! JP Morgan, go to hell! JP Morgan, go to hell! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Hello everyone and welcome to this Glencore Toxic Tour. And here we are in front of shiny UBS, a key financier of environmental destruction and responsible for numerous extractivist projects infringing people's rights. But do you know to whom Glencore owes the fact that it has become a multinational expert in the exploitation and trading of raw materials on 3 continents: Qatar, Tony Blair or Credit Suisse? A nice toxic mix of the 3!
Mining corporation, and Glencore decided to get it, and then it's a trading and mining company, all the chain, the supply chain. But we can stop it through finance. And do you know where this kind of coal is traded like massively in the world? Lugano, Switzerland. You didn't mention, but Selina Modru is also a far-right politician, of course. And we need to attack the reputation of those actors, but we also need, and we are doing it right now, but we also need to regulate them. That's the point. That's the goal of the global campaign. That's the goal of other campaigns oriented toward finance. BlackRock is one of the 3 main shareholders of Glencore. You know the 3 main shareholders of Glencore, maybe? Qatar Investment Authority and Ivan Glassenberg, the former CEO, and BlackRock, who are the 3 main shareholders of Glencore.
That it's the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, managing $8.5 trillion, of which $400 billion is invested in fossil fuels.
Those 12 projects are carbon bombs. They can produce the equivalent of 175 gigatons of CO2. To put it bluntly, that's half of the carbon budget that can still be produced if we hope to stay under the 1.5 degree. So there is a key actor behind the climate crisis, and this key actor is right there, BlackRock.
We have come to the end of what is an exposure of a family that causes abuse across the world. And it all is happening in a system of utter impunity. Ending off this toxic tour and toxic money, and to name and shame who the people are that are hiding behind the names of BlackRock or UBS or JP Morgan. Those are not people, but they are people that make the decisions. So while regulation of these of corporate investment is important, we need to shut it down.
Noche y día en un instante.
¡Globalicemos la lucha!
¡Globalicemos la esperanza!
¡Globalicemos la lucha!
¡Globalicemos la esperanza! Se estremezca el universo.